Have you ever stood less than an hour from a city of more than 10 million people and discovered a world so breathtaking that it feels like an entirely different planet? Most people know Jakarta as a city of skyscrapers, traffic, business districts, and endless movement. But few realize that just beyond the northern horizon lies one of Indonesia's most extraordinary hidden treasures, a place where turquoise waters replace concrete, where sea turtles glide beneath the waves, where migratory birds travel thousands of kilometers to find sanctuary, where hundreds of islands scatter across the Java Sea like emerald jewels. This is the Thousand Islands, or as Indonesia calls it, Kepulauan Seribu. And despite its famous name, the most surprising truth is that there are not actually 1,000 islands here. The name was never meant to be a mathematical count. It was a symbol, a way of describing the seemingly endless chain of islands stretching across the sea north of Jakarta. Today, the archipelago consists of more than 100 islands, each carrying its own story, ecosystem, and identity. Some are inhabited communities where generations of families have lived alongside the ocean. Others remain untouched by modern development, preserving landscapes that look much the same as they did centuries ago. Together, they form one of the most fascinating coastal regions in Indonesia. Yet what makes Kepulauan Seribu truly remarkable is not simply its beauty, it is the incredible contrast it represents. Imagine leaving one of Southeast Asia's busiest metropolitan areas and arriving within a short journey to crystal clear waters, thriving coral reefs, white sand beaches, and islands where nature still dominates the landscape. Few places on Earth offer such a dramatic transformation over such a short distance. For many visitors, the journey begins with the promise of adventure. Snorkelers come searching for colorful coral gardens beneath the surface. Divers descend into vibrant underfoot. At first glance, it may appear like just another small island surrounded by the sea. Yet this island plays an essential role in one of nature's most extraordinary phenomena. Every year, migratory birds travel across continents and oceans, following ancient routes that have existed for thousands of years. For many of these species, Pulau Rambut serves as a critical resting place. The island has become a sanctuary where birds can feed, recover, and nest before continuing their journeys. Because of its ecological importance, Pulau Rambut has been designated as a protected conservation area. It is not merely an island, it is a lifeline, a reminder that even the smallest pieces of land can have global environmental significance. And Pulau Rambut is only one chapter in the larger story of conservation across Kepulauan Seribu. Throughout the archipelago, admire the beauty of the islands. Below the surface, they encounter a reminder of Indonesia's identity and heritage. Then there is Pulau Gosong. Unlike many neighboring islands covered in vegetation, Pulau Gosong presents a strikingly different landscape. There are no towering trees offering shade, no dense tropical greenery. Instead, for scientific research. Researchers regularly study coral health, marine biodiversity, fish populations, coastal processes, and environmental change. You may never look at Jakarta's northern horizon the same way again. Now imagine standing on the shore of one of these islands as dawn begins to break. The first light of morning stretches across the Java Sea. The water glows gold. Fishing boats move quietly across the horizon. The sound of waves replaces the noise of engines. And for a moment, it becomes difficult to believe that cannot be found in textbooks. Because no satellite image can fully replace generations of experience living alongside the sea. And the sea around Kepulauan coastlines. Sea turtle conservation centers work to improve survival rates for future generations. Educational powerful conservation tool of all is awareness. People protect what they understand, they defend what they value, and they fight for what they love. Every visitor who learns about the ecological importance of these islands becomes part of that story. Every traveller who chooses responsible tourism contributes to a healthier future. Every person who shares knowledge about marine conservation helps amplify a message that desperately needs to be heard. Because the thousands In many ways, Kepulauan Seribu reflects the broader story of Indonesia itself, an archipelagic nation shaped by the sea, a country blessed with extraordinary biodiversity, a place where nature and humanity have evolved together for centuries. In those moments, the world feels larger, yet somehow simpler. You begin to understand why people continue returning to these islands year after year. Not merely because they are beautiful, but because they offer perspective, a reminder of what truly matters, a reminder that nature still possesses the power to inspire wonder, a reminder that conservation is not just about protecting landscapes, it is about protecting possibilities. Possibilities for wildlife, possibilities for future generations, possibilities for a healthier planet. And perhaps that is the greatest treasure of all. Not the beaches, not the coral reefs, not the sunsets, not even the hundreds of islands scattered across the horizon. The greatest treasure is the opportunity to learn from them, to appreciate them, to protect them, and to ensure that centuries from now, future generations will still be able to stand on these shores, look out across the Java Sea, and experience the same sense of awe. Because some places deserve more than admiration. They deserve stewardship. And the Thousand Islands are one of those places. A hidden world beyond Jakarta, a sanctuary in the sea, a living masterpiece shaped by nature, and one of Indonesia's most extraordinary coral bleaching events. Pollution can damage sensitive habitats. Unsustainable practices can reduce biodiversity. Yet, despite these threats, many reefs in the Thousand Islands continue showing remarkable resilience, thanks to conservation efforts and growing public awareness. That resilience offers hope, because hope is one of the most powerful forces in environmental protection. People are more likely to act when they believe positive outcomes remain possible. And in Kepulauan Seribu, positive outcomes are all. Each success story demonstrates a simple truth. When people care enough to act, nature often responds. This relationship between humanity and nature can be seen throughout the islands. Visitors who once arrived only they remind us that strength does not always appear dramatic. Sometimes strength appears as resilience, as patience, as adaptation, as the ability to endure and continue thriving despite challenges. The mangroves survive storms. The coral reefs recover from disturbances. Migratory birds continue their journeys year after year. Nature persists, not through force, but through balance. And balance may be one of the most important lessons our modern world needs to relearn. In a culture often obsessed with speed, growth, and constant expansion, places like Kepulauan Seribu encourage something different: observation, reflection, appreciation, patience. The realization that not everything valuable can be measured in economic statistics. Some things are valuable because they enrich life itself. A healthy ocean, a thriving reef, a protected bird sanctuary, a sea turtle returning to the beach where it was born. These moments may not appear on financial reports, yet they represent forms of wealth that are equally important, perhaps even more important, because without healthy ecosystems, long-term prosperity becomes impossible. This is why the future of Kepulauan Seribu matters, not only for Indonesia, not only for Southeast Asia, but for everyone who believes that natural wonders deserve protection. The decisions made today will shape what these islands look like tomorrow. Will future generations